Hi everyone, I wanted to give you a little video overview of our peer-led discussion since you may be working on preparing it while I'm away, or you may be preparing it a while from now and may have forgotten what we went over in class. So I'm showing you a copy of the peer-led discussion guidelines, which you can find linked in Canvas. You will be facilitating a discussion with a partner or small group of 3 around the readings that are due for that week. If you need a refresher on which week you are presenting, you can click the link here in the guidelines. You can also get to this through our course calendar to remind yourself what week you're presenting, who your group is, and what readings you will be presenting. Remember that the discussion is anywhere from 30 to 40 minutes. Anywhere in that range is great. Note this idea of over-planning. Things can take longer or a shorter time than you may intend, so you want to have plenty prepared, but not so much that you're trying to pack into the 30-40 minutes that you don't get your opening and your closing or get us through the protocol that you are presenting. So remember, you're working on facilitating in a way that student voices dominate the space. You are facilitating and you are opening, closing the activity and guiding us through. There should be fairly equal facilitation from all 2 or 3 of the members of the group presenting. You may incorporate technology if you wish to, but you don't have to. I would plan to read the text well enough ahead of time that you have plenty of time to discuss and plan with your group mates. Couple things to keep in mind as you're reading or preparing notes. What could you use in your teaching practice from this reading? What questions come up? And then how might you support classmates in making their own connections to the reading? Then you'll want to select what discussion protocol you're using. You have a few suggestions here of ones that we've used so far in class. You also could click this link to find additional protocols and strategies. And ideally, you want to find a protocol or an approach or a graphic organizer or an activity that you think matches well with the concepts from the reading. As the partners facilitate, we, as the audience, will be listening to the equity of voice. How do you make sure that we're hearing all voices from all the students in the class? We will also be looking to see if you created a student-centered environment, if your discussion was well organized, and if you highlighted or used at least one discussion protocol. You also want to think about the opening, a brief warm-up to access our prior knowledge, tap into what we were thinking maybe during the reading, preview some themes and questions, and the facilitators can also share, you can also share your own kind of takeaways from the reading. You'll also want to let us know your objectives or guiding questions for the discussion, and that might include telling us why we're using this specific discussion protocol. The last thing at the end, after we've engaged in this discussion protocol, would be to have some kind of closing that loops us back to your objective and your themes and questions. Could be a takeaway from the activity, a sharing circle, final thought, appreciations, keywords that people remember, but some way that we're leaving, having circled back to something we're taking away. Remember that your classmates and I will be evaluating the peer-led discussion using this rubric, and we'll be looking for organization, the highlighting of one protocol, the equity of voice, and the student-centered environment that you created. The audience will also be writing comments. What do they see in the presentation that is evidence of where you fell on that rubric? Okay, I hope this has been helpful in planning for your peer-led discussion.